Yo, sit down and buckle up because this tea right here, it's piping hot, messy, and straight out of a horror flick nobody asked for. We're talking about David Burke. Yeah, the rising R&B star everybody thought was living the dream in Hollywood. Well, turns out the FBI just blew the lid off that fantasy, and what they found in his $4.1 million Hollywood Hills mansion has everybody shook to their core. So picture this. It's September 17th, 2025. The LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division rolls up to David's mansion. Not for some petty little disturbance, oh no. This was a full-blown 12-hour raid. We're talking detectives swarming the place like bees, forensic teams, chemicals glowing blue in the dark. They came strapped with luminol, spraying down drains, floors, and walls like they knew some deep, dark secret was hiding in those corners. And honey, they weren't wrong. Why were they there? Because just days earlier, something out of a nightmare turned up, a body. And not just any body. We're talking about a teen girl found mutilated, stuffed into a plastic bag inside the trunk of a black Tesla. And guess what? That Tesla registered to David Burke himself. Boom, game over. Now hold on, let me rewind for you because the way this unfolded is straight up insane. LAPD got tipped off about a foul stench coming from an abandoned Tesla sitting in a tow yard. Neighbors had been complaining about flies, the smell, the whole area reeking of death. Officers popped the trunk and there it was, severely decomposed human remains, dismembered, bagged, hidden like trash. The whole thing was so brutal the medical examiner had to use dental x-rays just to ID her. Turns out that poor girl was Celeste Rivas, who had just turned 15. Yeah, 15, let that sink in. Literally one day before her remains were discovered. But here's the kicker, she wasn't some random stranger. She was linked directly to David. Photos and videos started surfacing online of the two together, hugging, matching tattoos, hanging out at parties. People thought she was his girlfriend. Some even swore she was 19 because sis had fake IDs stacked like a pro. But the truth? She was barely in high school. So when cops traced that car back to David, they wasted no time storming his mansion. And what they pulled out? Whew, computers, hard drives, tablets, phones, you name it, they bagged it. Basically, his whole digital life just got handed over to forensic investigators. They're combing through texts, emails, location data, social media DMs, every crumb of dirt that could link David to Celeste's final moments. But it didn't stop there. Witnesses said they saw cops carrying out bags of clothes that looked suspiciously like what Celeste had been wearing when she vanished. A tube top, black leggings, jewelry. If DNA tests confirmed those belonged to her, that's the smoking gun, baby. The thing that seals David's fate. And listen, LAPD ain't stupid. That luminol they sprayed, that's what glows when blood traces are present. Which means investigators think Celeste wasn't just killed anywhere. She might have been hurt, maybe even dismembered, right inside David's luxury crib before being shoved into that Tesla. That's why detectives walked out of that mansion pale-faced, like they just stared the devil in the eyes. Now here's the plot twist that turned this from a tragedy into an absolute circus. Celeste had fake IDs that claimed she was 19 and a student at USC. Sis fooled a whole squad of Hollywood adults into thinking she was grown. That's how she slipped into clubs, into David's circle, into his life. But when the truth came out, when everyone realized she was just 13 when she first started hanging around David, oh, the outrage was nuclear, and it gets darker. Celeste had been reported missing not once, not twice, but at least 3 times in 2024 alone. Every time, cops would find her, bring her back, and yet somehow she'd end up back in the Hollywood Hills with David. A teacher even went viral spilling tea to his class, saying she met David through social media, ran away, and got picked up by him. Imagine your middle school teacher looking back and realizing one of his students is now dead, linked to a celebrity. Heartbreaking. By the way, her mom, she told reporters that she never even knew who David was. Her daughter just said she had a boyfriend named David. That's it. No face-to-face, no warning signs. Then suddenly, bam, the truth comes crashing down in the most horrific way. Now, let me pause right here, because social media did what social media does best. Blew up. We're talking hashtags trending worldwide. Hashtag Justice for Celeste, racking up 500 million impressions in days. Fans turning into internet detectives, pulling up receipts, analyzing every lyric David ever wrote like they were working for CSI. His subreddit got locked because users swore he was deleting posts himself to cover his tracks. People were comparing tattoos, digging up old TikToks, even finding a comment from over 8 years ago warning, waiting for LAPD to get you're messing with a 13-year-old girl. Can you believe that? Somebody literally predicted this mess months before it exploded. The theories? Wild. Some said Celeste was pregnant. Others whispered about rap. None of that confirmed, but it added fuel to the fire. His fans split down the middle, some defending him, saying he thought she was 19, while others demanded he and everyone in his circle be charged. The internet wasn't playing games, and all this chaos, it detonated David's career like a bomb. Overnight, his withered world tour got canceled. Festivals pulled him from their lineups. Crocs, Hollister, even Nike. Poof, deals gone. Spotify scrubbed his promotions. One day he's walking Paris Fashion Week, the next he's holed up in a hotel with armed guards, ducking the cameras like a fugitive. His net worth slashed in half. half. His empire, ashes. All right, fam, so where were we? Oh yeah, David Burke's world wasn't just crumbling, it was burning down in flames for the whole world to watch. And honestly, the way the internet dragged him, it was like watching a celebrity crash and burn in real time, and people couldn't look away. See, before this mess, David wasn't just some artist. Nah, he was the Gen Z golden boy, the TikTok-made star who went from recording in his sister's closet to performing at Coachella. He had millions of fans, big brand deals, and was being hyped as the next Frank Ocean. His breakout hit, Romantic Homicide? Yeah, the same track that hit 1 billion streams on Spotify. Suddenly, folks started replaying those lyrics and saying, wait a damn minute, was he confessing all along? Lines about bleeding, heartbreak, toxic love, they hit real different when you're standing accused of murder. That's the sick irony of it all. The same song that launched him to stardom is now the one people dissect like it's evidence in court. TikTok duets with his tracks? Millions of views. Fans lip-syncing while captions read, "He literally told us." Insane. But let's not forget, behind all this internet chaos is Celeste, a 15-year-old girl who never got to live her life. Her story keeps cutting through the noise. Her teacher's emotional video went viral, telling kids straight up, this is what happens when social media predators slide into your DMs. Schools across California started using her case as a cautionary tale. Parents everywhere, terrified, and the community wasn't sitting quietly either. In Lake Elsinore, where Celeste lived, people gathered for a vigil. Her brother got on social media, posting cryptic but powerful messages directly calling out David. The pain in his words? It was raw. One vigil attendee put it plain, whatever happened to her wasn't just an accident. We want justice, and they meant it. Now the gossip around David's personal circle was getting spicy too. Friends, staff, even his fans in Discord groups, people were pointing fingers saying everyone who knew about this relationship should face charges. Folks weren't buying the he didn't know her age defense. I mean, matching tattoos? Hanging out at clubs together? Videos online? Please. The receipts were everywhere. And while fans were digging, the music industry was already swinging the axe. His label, Interscope, hit pause on everything. Planned deluxe albums? Shelved. Leaked demos featuring Celeste? Buried. Radio pushes? Gone. Even Spotify canceled a takeover playlist. You know how rare that is? They scrubbed his presence like he never existed. Brand deals? Whoo, honey. Crocs ripped down ads. Hollister pulled his collection off shelves. Nike ghosted him. Even festivals he wasn't scheduled for were putting out statements saying he won't be appearing. The boy went from Fashion Week runways to the blacklist in a matter of days. That's cancel culture with a vengeance. Financially, a bloodbath. Before the scandal, insiders pegged his worth at around $8 to $10 million. Within weeks, it dropped to barely half. Between lawyers, canceled tours, lost endorsements, money was bleeding out. And let's not forget that Hollywood Hills mansion. He broke the lease and had movers hauling his stuff out in the dead of night under armed guard. From star to fugitive vibes real quick. Now let's sip on the messiest part. Social media theories. Oh baby, they were wild. Some swore Celeste was pregnant, others claimed there were 2 Celestes, a 15-year-old and an older fan with the same name. Reddit threads exploded, piecing together screenshots, tattoos, lyrics. Fans were doing more detective work than the LAPD. And when people found that old TikTok comment from 2024, waiting for LAPD to get you for messing with a 13-year-old, it was like gasoline on the fire. Did someone already know? Was the truth hiding in plain sight? And let's not forget the music streams. At first, boycotts had his numbers plummeting. But then dark curiosity kicked in. Streams of his darker tracks actually went up by 20%. It's sick, but true crime junkies started treating his music like some twisted murder mystery soundtrack. Some people were literally vibing to his songs while piecing together theories about Celeste's death. Disgusting, but that's the internet for you. Now here's the real kicker. Despite everything, as of right now, David hasn't even been charged. That's right, he's free. Out on tour when it all hit, hiding in hotels now, but not behind bars. Authorities are still waiting on autopsies, toxicology, DNA results. But let's be real, public opinion already declared him guilty. His career is basically flatlined, and even if charges never come, who's booking him after this? Who's streaming his music without side-eyeing every lyric? From TikTok sensation to global pariah, his fall is one for the history books. One industry insider said it best. From viral sensation to villain in weeks, cancel culture at its cruelest. But let's be honest, it's not cancel culture when there's a mutilated 15-year-old girl in your trunk. It's consequences. So now we're left with the big question. What's next? Will David face actual charges? Will investigators tie the blood evidence from his mansion directly to Celeste? Or will this all fade into a cold case with no closure? One thing's for sure, the damage is already done. His empire is gone. His name, stained forever. And Celeste's story will haunt Hollywood as a chilling reminder of how fame, deception, and predatory power can end in tragedy. From luxury mansions to secret tunnels, fake IDs to viral hashtags, this scandal had it all. And baby, it ain't over yet. The FBI's got their hands on his computers, phones, hard drives. Every dirty secret locked in there is about to come spilling out. And when it does, oh, trust me, the internet will light up all over again. Because in the end, this isn't just David Burke's downfall. It's Hollywood's dirty little secret laid bare for everyone to see. Fame, fortune, music, all of it can vanish overnight when you cross lines that should never, ever be crossed.